Hey, lady loves. Hello, wholeness. Okay, I have some treats for you guys. So you will be seeing some different things going on in here that I'm really excited about to support you during this time. I'm going to be talking today about why intuitive eating is not really ideal during this time in particular. Hi, Tiffany. So if you've been trying to do intuitive eating, we're going to go through that. And why that's really not ideal and what is, like, what are the better things to do. And I'm not saying that it's not good for some people, but it is a learned skill. And I find that it's a seasoned skill. It's not one that just happens. My video is doing something really weird. It's making me really wide, and I'm not sure why. But I'm not going to change it because we're already here. And Tiffany, we're here. We're doing this thing, girl. So I do want you to know what I would like below. In wholeness, I'm going to be doing, there's some special fun things that we're going to have going on in here in particular to support during COVID-19. What I want to know from you all, and I'll be doing a separate post, and what I would really appreciate very much is if you let me know what is coming up for you the most. Like, what are you really needing the most support with at this time? And I will be doing I'm not going to tell you yet because I'm excited about it and it's going to be fun. Okay. And yeah, and so we'll get that going, and that will be a separate post. So right now, here's the thing, and I'm seeing this all over social. I'm seeing people talking about intuitive eating and you should be intuitive and this and that. And here's what I will say. I did intuitive eating when I was trying to heal myself of being like a chronic dieter and you know, all the things, and I had tried every diet under the sun. I had, you know, literally tried every diet under the sun. You name it, I had done it. And I insisted, I was like, no, that worked for me. But then I'd always gain the weight back. So I was like, okay, the truth is it never worked. If it did, I wouldn't still be trying something new. So then I remember intuitive eating, and I remember doing intuitive eating, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, this is where it's at. Yes, I want to get in my body. I want to learn how to eat for my body. All of that is epic. I teach all of that. Okay. So I'd like, if you're trying to do that, and I just don't want you to go into something, you really need to be guided through it. Like, it is something that you learn, and there's a sequence of steps. And what I found when I did intuitive eating was I gained weight, but I no longer beat myself up. So I would still eat what I wanted. I just didn't make myself wrong. But then I sat there putting weight on, but I didn't. So I'm like, okay, so I'm not making myself wrong, but I'm following my intuitive guidance. I'm not beating myself up. I'm eating, you know. But what I really learned, and it's what I teach, and it's such an important piece. You have to trust your body and actually be able to discern between your emotions. You have to understand what is a true craving, right? Like, I teach the difference between head cravings and heart cravings and the emotional connection. You know, I really saw that there is a psychological component, which is what my book's about, right? Around women and self-sabotage and our emotional ties to food, and how we are conditioned, since food has been a coping and survival skill as a response to life being frustrated, to an overwhelming need of overwhelming sense of responsibilities, to being a mother, a wife, a best friend, a daughter, and, you know, and then also, you know, building a business or whatever the things are, right? So there's a lot here. And when we can't, especially if you're sitting here at COVID-19 is going on, you're quarantined, you've got all the things and you're being pulled, you're homeschooling, and then you've got to help with this, and then you've got things going on in your relationship, right? Like, it's a lot. And then to expect yourself to be able to intuitively eat during this time, I just fear that it's setting you up for failure. So let's go into things that you can do to really support you, so that the way that you're eating is going to result in you feeling good, having energy, and being in a place where you actually like are healing that part of yourself, right? Because if you're in the space of, I want to learn how to intuitively eat, and that makes sense to me, I want to learn how to do that, I'm all about it. Absolutely. And I will say it is something that does come in time where you can solely rely on that and still see you not gain weight and release weight, right? Without having a diet. Like, there is a trust. One, you need to trust yourself implicitly. Two, you need to trust your body implicitly and be very connected to your body and know your hunger. Or, well, I'll say trust yourself, trust your body. Number three is you need to actually know your hunger. What are your hunger levels? When do you wake up hungry? Do you go to bed feeling slightly hungry? Are you hungry at lunchtime? Why do you eat the way that you do? What are your patterns? What are those hunger levels for you? And really understand them. And then learning also, what are the foods that hurt you and what are the foods that help you? There are specific foods, I don't care how healthy they are, or if they're organic, that some people will automatically put weight on from them and some people won't. Some people thrive on a keto-esque diet, right? Their body requires a lot of fat. Some people require a lot of protein. Some people need carbs in order to actually, like, really need grains and things in order to function at a certain level. Other people can thrive on a plant-based diet. It's really important to start to learn what is going on with your body and be that partner and that investigator for yourself. So now you might be sitting here and being like, okay, Melissa, I don't really have time for all the complexities of that. I just want to be told how to eat in a way so that I'm not just keep continuing to gain weight. I'm drinking more wine. I'm overeating. I'm overindulging. I'm like not even seeing people. Like, I'm constantly in sweatpants. The damage is done. What do I do? Totally get it. So let's talk about this. Number one, we need to create a routine. Right now, you don't have any routine, okay? So let's just be honest. The beginning, thank you for the hearts. The beginning of quarantine took me a minute to get ramped up here, but let's just dive into the thing. The beginning of quarantine, it was almost like, oh, this is so new, okay. And it's like some people were like, I kind of feel like I'm on a vacation. We're going to overindulge. Okay, my partner's home with me now. Okay, and the kids and the this and the food's all around. And it's an adjustment period and it's new. Now it's like the novelty's off and everybody's like, wow, we really don't know how long this thing's going to last, right? And you're also sitting there like, I really don't want to come out of this thing feeling like you have to wheel me out, right? Like, I would like this to go into something else. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about what pressures you have on yourself. So each day we're going to be doing a different topic. So stay with me. But today, intuitive eating. So let's dive in. One, it's time for you to create some routine and structure for yourself, not just for everybody else in your world. You need routine and structure. Where is it? What time are you going to bed? What time are you getting up? I'm doing this with all of my clients. What time are you going to bed? What time are you getting up? Where is your workout? And how often are you putting like walks, leaving your house, doing things for you into action? Number two, how are you prepping your food? Are you getting food delivered? Is it preset? Are you ordering in too much? It's time to create some consistency and get back into prepping meals and really knowing what you are putting into your body. Having healthy options for snacks. Really, like, it's very important. Step 3 to this, I would really block yourself off from the kitchen. Have kitchen hours. I eat my breakfast, I have my lunch, I have my dinner. Other than that, I don't go into the kitchen. I can prep food for my kids. I can help with this. I can help with that. But other than that, I've got my meal times and I'm sticking to them, right? That way you are creating some structure. What else does this help you do? It helps to give you back a sense of control during uncertain times. So here's the thing. Now, in all of that, let's bring in aspects of the intuitive eating, right? When we look at intuitive eating, it's what am I hungry for? What is my body craving right now? What am I needing in this moment, right? So we can start to understand. But when you're just sitting around with food and it's like a free-for-all, and all the things are out and you're nibbling on this and nibbling on that, when you actually put up definitive, I get breakfast, I get lunch, and I get dinner. It's time for me to wait and actually allow myself to feel hunger, true hunger, and understand. And at that point, get clear. What is it that I am craving? What is it that I am needing in this moment at this time? Does that make sense? Right? So number one, it's time for us to create routine. What time are you going to bed? What time are you getting up? What time are you walking and working out? And I really, really highly advise all of you to work out in the morning before the chaos of your day begins. Let's get into a routine and create a quarantine routine that supports you, okay? I'll be giving you workout tips. I'll be giving you other things. We're even gonna do some workouts in here. We're gonna do all the things, okay? So just stay with me in the group. We got you. I need you to answer the question that I'm gonna post in here about what you're needing at this time, and we'll be doing, I'll make sure to support all of you guys. We're gonna have some Zoom parties. We're gonna do all the things, but stick with me because today we're doing intuitive eating and what to do to get you back on track so we don't have to wheel you out of the house and you wanna live in your sweatpants through summertime. Because let's be honest here, 80 degree, 90 degree heat and living in athleisure wear, like we need to show skin, right? So we wanna get you feeling good. So morning routine, evening routine. I need you to get back into consistent times that you go to bed and you get up in the morning. Next thing, we want you back into meals. Are you food prepping? Are there healthy options at hand? Step 3, you are to stay out of the kitchen. You get breakfast, you get lunch, you get dinner. We start to connect back into your hunger and wait until you're hungry to eat, but no more of the snacking in between, and no more we are getting rid of the endless eating that happens when we're Netflixing and doing all the things. We're not bringing the food with you onto the sofa, right? We sit, we have our meal, and when it's done, we put it away, right? So I had spoken in here earlier and I gave you guys 3 tips to end emotional eating. One of them was plate it, portion it, and put it away. So we want to get back on track here. And as you're doing this, get back connected with your body. And that's how you start to integrate pieces of intuitive eating into actionable steps that create a container and a routine that's going to support you to feel more in control during these uncertain times. Does that make sense? All right. I hope that these tips really helped you. I want to hear how this goes. What did you get? What are you going to put into action? I want to know what time are you going to bed? What time are you waking up? Are you committed to only your 3 meals and taking snacks off the table unless you have a certain illness where you need to make sure your blood pressure doesn't get low, right? And then are you committed to having healthy options and things on hand for you and starting to get back into a pattern where you are committed to yourself, making yourself your #1 priority? And remember, one of my great tips, get your workout in before your day begins, right? Get it done before your mind even can catch up to talk you out of doing the whole thing. That's what we do, right? Those are your steps to your success and to not gaining the quarantine 15 and to really taking care of you during this time, right? It's so important. And this is what will stay with you to have these healthy habits when this whole thing gets lifted and you're like, oh no, I already had that going on. I did that thing. I got my scoop from MK and put it into action. All right. So I want to hear how this goes for you. I'll be posting a question right after this. I want to know what else is going on for you during this time that I can support you with. And I will see you with tomorrow's video. Anybody you know that can benefit from anything we're doing in here, please let them know about the group. Share any of these videos. You are welcome to it. It is all here for you guys. And let me know in the comments below what you're needing. And I will do a separate post about other things with quarantine that you're needing support with as well. And below this though, I want to know what time you're going to bed, what time you're getting up. Are you committed to your 3 meals, right? And having your kitchen hours. We close in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me know how that goes and I will talk to you soon. See you tomorrow, loves. Hello.